acids, bases, and salts. Children, here I am showing you different types of substances like lemon and oranges, hydrochloric acid in stomach, and acetic acid in vinegar. Now, can you tell me what is common in them? Yes, you are right. All these substances are sour in taste as they contain acids in them. Term acid is derived from a Latin word acidus, which means sour. We see a variety of acids around us. So now we will categorize them. Based on the sources from where they are obtained, they can be categorized as organic acid and mineral acids. Organic acids are those acids which occur naturally in plants and animals. Therefore, they are called as organic acids. Examples are lactic acid, acetic acid, formic acid, citric acid, oxalic acid, and so on. Mineral acids are derived from inorganic materials. Mineral acids contain at least one hydrogen atom in them. Examples are hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid. Children, I think you all have heard about dilute and concentrated acids. Now, based upon the amount of water present in the acids, they can be categorized as concentrated acids or dilute acids. If the amount of water is present in very small quantity, it is called as concentrated acid. And if the water is present in more quantity, it is called as dilute acid. This table is from your science NCERT textbook. Source and the type of acid present. The first one is lemon and oranges. They contain citric acid. Sour milk, it has lactic acid. Vinegar has acetic acid. Grapes and tamarind contain tartaric acid. Fizzy drinks have carbonic acid. Vitamin C is ascorbic acid. Gastric juice, that is, the juice present in our stomach, has hydrochloric acid. Urine has uric acid. And tea contains tannic acid. Now we'll study about properties of acids. As I have taught you initially that all the acids are sour in taste. So this is the first property of acids. Next is they are corrosive in nature. That means when they come in contact with the metal surface, they start causing damage to the metal. This is called as corrosion. That's why acids are not kept in metal containers. They turn blue litmus red. About litmus, I'll further explain you in the topic indicators. Acids are soluble in water. If the amount of water present in the acid is in more quantity, it is called as dilute acid. If the amount of water is in less quantity, it is called as concentrated acid. Acid reacts with base to form salt. The process is called as neutralization. Now you all tell me, what is the taste of following items? Antacid, which is used during indigestion, soap, and baking soda. Yes, you are absolutely right. They all are bitter in taste. It is because of the presence of bases in them. So now we'll study about the properties of bases. First is all the bases taste bitter. Second, they are slippery or soapy on touching. They turn red litmus blue. And fourth point is all the bases are not soluble in water. Bases that are soluble in water are called as alkalis, like sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. As you know, we cannot taste each and every item to know that whether it is acidic or basic. It is because there are certain chemicals which are highly dangerous. So, we use indicators for them. An indicator is a substance that indicates the presence of an acid or basic solution by changing the color. Now we'll study about the different types of indicators. Indicators can be either natural or artificial. Natural indicators are found naturally or they are extracted from natural substances, whereas synthetic or artificial indicators are prepared in the laboratories. Among artificial indicators, the common examples are phenolphthalein and methyl orange. And under natural indicators, we have rose petal extract, litmus, red cabbage, China rose petal extract. Natural indicators. Among natural indicators, the most common example is litmus. Litmus is a dye extracted from lichen. You have read about lichen in chapter 1, that lichen is a symbiotic association between algae and fungus. So litmus changes its color in acidic and basic solution. Now litmus is obtained in two colors, red and blue. They are either obtained in form of paper strip or in form of solution. Our another natural indicator is turmeric. The natural turmeric which is used for cooking purpose can also be used as an indicator. Okay, tell me what happens when you try to wash the turmeric stain with soap? Yes, it becomes reddish in color. Why? Because turmeric is an indicator. It turns red in basic solution. Next indicator is China rose petal extract. For that, what you have to do is warm a little amount of water and add China rose petals to it. When this water come back to normal room temperature, your indicator is ready. When you will add this indicator to acidic solution, it will turn into dark pink or magenta color. And when you add this in basic solution, your basic solution will turn into green. See, in this figure, when soap solution is applied on turmeric paper, the color changes to red. But with acid, there is no change in color of indicator. In the next figure, I have shown you the effect of China rose petal indicator in acidic and basic medium. Next is synthetic indicators. First is phenolphthalein. It is an indicator which is colorless in acid and it becomes pink in basic solution. Again, this is a table from your science NCERT textbook. You can recapitulate color change of indicators in acidic and basic solution. Like red litmus, there is no change in the color of litmus paper in acidic solution, but in basic solution, red litmus turns into blue. You can learn in this way that B for base and B for blue means red litmus is converted into blue with base. Blue litmus turns red in acidic solution but no change in basic solution. Next is turmeric. Turmeric indicator doesn't show any change in color in acidic solution, but in basic solution it becomes reddish brown. Red cabbage juice, in acidic solution the color changes to reddish and in basic it becomes greenish or greenish yellow. Phenolphthalein, in acid it is colorless and in base it becomes pink. Next is methyl orange. Methyl orange becomes red in acidic solution and it is yellow in basic solution. Neutralization. Neutralization is the reaction between an acid and a base. As a result of this process, salt and water are produced as well as heat is evolved. For example, when hydrochloric acid reacts with sodium hydroxide, sodium chloride and water is formed. Sodium chloride is the common salt. Another example is reaction between baking soda and vinegar. As a result of this reaction, salt is formed and carbon dioxide gas is released. Neutralization in everyday life. When an ant or bee stings us, it is very painful. The area swells up. Do you know why? It is because of the secretion of formic acid from insect's mouth. For instant relief, what you can do is just apply baking soda. It is a base on that affected area. Baking soda is a base, so it neutralizes the formic acid released by the insect sting, and thus it provides us instant relief. Sometimes excess of hydrochloric acid is released by our stomach, and this can cause indigestion. This indigestion can further lead to acidity. To get relief from indigestion caused by acidity, we take antacid tablets, that is, milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia is magnesium hydroxide, that is, a base. It neutralizes excess of hydrochloric acid released by our stomach and thus provides us relief. You should always brush your teeth using a toothpaste to prevent teeth cavities. But why using a toothpaste? The answer is toothpaste contains base. If any kind of acid is present in our mouth, it will neutralize that acid and thus it will prevent us from tooth decay. Sometimes, due to excessive use of chemical substances like fertilizers, pesticides, or insecticides, the soil becomes either too acidic or too basic. This affects the growth of the plant and thus the productivity is also affected. Acidic soil is treated with base like slaked lime, which is calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide nullifies or neutralizes the effect of acid. And basic soil is neutralized by adding a large amount of compost, which is acidic in nature. Here is a brief explanation on application of neutralization reaction in our daily life. Soil treatment, relieving acidity in stomach, antidote of bee sting, treatment of factory waste, toothpastes are alkaline and for acid burns also. Our last topic is uses of acids and bases. Acids like sulfuric acid and nitric acid are used in making fertilizers, paints, explosives, drugs, etc. Hydrochloric acid is used in leather industry and printing. Acetic acid and benzoic acid, they are used as a food preservative and also for seasoning. Here I have shown the diagrammatic representation of uses of acids. Now bases. Calcium hydroxide is used for manufacturing bleaching powder, softening of hard water, neutralizing acidic soil. Aluminium hydroxide is used as a foaming agent in fire extinguisher. Magnesium hydroxide is used as an antacid and also for treating factory waste. Sodium hydroxide, soap, shampoos, detergent, they contain sodium hydroxide. And here is the diagrammatic representation of uses of alkalis. Now children, I think all of you are clear with chapter acids, bases and salts.